Hi everybody! How's everyone doing today? I am ready to tell you some tips and tricks about etiquette. I started this a little bit yesterday and I just felt like it's relevant to everyone. Excuse me, I just wanted to be able to get this up on my website so that you guys can have this to refer to. Thank y'all for joining me, and also thanks for those who are watching on the replay. I'm Trina Titus Lozano, a counselor and ordained Christian minister. Just on a lunch break right now. I am in Grapevine, Texas, right in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So hi from Russia and from North Carolina and from Lubbock and everywhere else. Thank y'all for joining me. Hey Tracy from Canyon. Good to be together today. So y'all, etiquette is so important because it's a value of kindness. So whenever we are really paying close attention to how we can show respect to others and how we can be kind, we want to be sure to really mind our manners and be already educated and already aware what it means to be able to have good manners and good etiquette. So especially whenever you are a house guest, and I talked a little bit about that last night. If y'all want to catch the replay, it was a lot of fun. A lot of people were periscoping, including my brother, and he was sort of giving me a hard time, but it was hilarious. But catch that replay if you want from last night. But just to recap a little bit about house manners. Anytime you're a house guest, you want to be sure to arrive on time. Be sure to arrive promptly. Also, bring a hostess gift. You know, there might be a little candle or some sort of a little gift, nothing extravagant, but just something small that you can offer as really a thank you in advance that they invited you over. So take a little hostess gift, whether sometimes I take some little cocktail napkins or something like that, just as a little thank you. Flowers is appropriate, but just a simple little thank you gift is a great gesture. But be on time and let them know if for any reason you're going to be a little bit late. But you should never be late if at all possible, unless there's been an emergency situation. Then make sure that you also leave on time. So if it's supposed to be like a dinner party that's a couple of hours long, be sure that you leave on time. And be sure also that you keep your things, you know, tidy while you're there. Put your coat away, put your purse away, keep your stuff put away. You can ask them if they'd like for you to remove your shoes or anything like that. And these kinds of things are just going to make your visit more enjoyable. While you're there, pay close attention to what they're doing, and if they need help, just join right in and help them out. If they tell you specifically, sit and relax, I try to bless them too. That's a good point, Michelle. Just if they tell you to sit and relax and they don't want help with the dishes, then do what they say. Just don't argue, sit and relax, and just keep them good company. But also, a few tips today for if you're an overnight guest. If you have an opportunity to be an overnight guest, it's a real privilege. And it's great when people open their home to overnight guests. We do this often. We always tell people, if you're traveling through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, let us know. We always have a guest room available. And we do this because we want to be hospitable. We want to let people know that we are excited. We leave the lights on and we leave the door open and our arms are open. We're ready to give you a hug, and we've got clean sheets and clean towels just to welcome you. And I always have a little bit of food and a little bit of water and all kinds of things to make our guests feel welcome. But as the house guest, if I'm going to someone else's home and I am the guest, I have to be sure to really manage my own things. So when they show me to the guest room, I want to be sure to quickly assess a place that I can put my things that'll be out of the way. So keep your things tidy, keep your things out of the way. Maybe keep your things inside the suitcase if there's not a closet available, or keep your things in the closet if there is a closet available. If you're using a bathroom, be sure to keep your things tidy, keep your things put away. So don't ever spread out your stuff and sort of take over, you know, with the sort of sense of entitlement, you know, if you're a guest in somebody else's home. Keep in mind you are a guest in their home. So to honor them and respect them, you got to try to keep your stuff put away and keep your stuff tidy, okay? So you might need to travel light and think in advance. You don't want to travel light, so I don't have too much stuff to deal with if you're an overnight guest. Also, keep the bathroom cleaned up behind you. You know, if there's been any hair left in the shower or hair left in the bathroom sink, always wipe that down and remove the unwanted hair. You know, do whatever you need to do to keep things tidy. Clean up behind yourself. Always ask the host or hostess the night before what the plans are for the next day, what time they typically get up. What time are they going to be eating breakfast? Are they serving breakfast, or are we on our own for breakfast? But ask them to plan the night before for the next morning. So if they're up and they're ready to visit with you, and they possibly would even fix breakfast, if that's going to be ready at 8 or 9 o'clock, ask them about it, because you certainly don't want to sleep in if they're up prepared for you to eat breakfast with them. So you want to just ask them about their schedule in advance, and that's going to just bring peace, and it's just kind and it's respectful. And they may say, I'm going to be up and out and I'm going to go to work, so you're on your own for breakfast, or sleep in as long as you want. You know, there's cereal set out for you, or there's yogurt in the refrigerator, whatever. But just be sure that you've got those instructions. You stay with your in-laws, all four of you, in one tiny bedroom. It is hard to keep tidy, yeah. So find little spaces, okay, Danielle? Maybe under the bed, you can, sort of scoot things under there. But definitely pack light, which I know is difficult with little kids. But you know what? If you keep that in mind, that'll help to keep things more organized while you're there. Or you may ask your mother-in-law, where do you think we should put our stroller? Where do you think we should put the diaper bag? Where do you think we should put our suitcases? Those kinds of things. And sometimes, your mother-in-law can help you find a place that's more out of the way. I do that with my grandkids and my kids. I'll tell them sort of where to put stuff, and we help manage all the stuff one way or another, so they can just stay peaceful. More stuff is more stuff, no doubt about it, but it can sort of keep tidy and at least be out of the way so people can still get where they need to go. There's not going to be things all over the floor. Okay, so you want to make your bed every day, especially when you're a guest in someone else's home. Keep your bed tidy, keep your bed made, and make it however it was made when you came. If there's lots of extra pillows on the bed, put those pillows back on the bed. Just keep it clean. They decorated the room a specific way with lots of throw pillows, then go ahead and make the bed and put those throw pillows back on. You want to make the bed every day, just like it was made when you got there. That's just good manners and it's proper guest etiquette, okay? So be sensitive also to their normal bedtime. If they typically go to bed at 10 or 11 or 12, then you want to go to bed when they go to bed. And if you've got kids, then you're kind of struggling getting your kids to sleep. Just be aware of when everyone else, and do your best to get your kids to bed in a timely manner. Whatever it takes. And I know it's really hard with kids in a strange location, but do your best to just be kind and to be thinking of others, to try to respect the atmosphere, respect that you're a guest. And then especially if you're a night owl and your in-laws or the people that you're staying with go to bed at 9 o'clock, you're gonna have to adjust your schedule. And for that time period, while you're in their house, while you're a guest in their home, you need to go ahead and go to bed at 9 o'clock. You could sit in there and scroll on your phone, or you can read a book, or whatever you want to do. But you need to respect their schedule when you're in their home, and try to keep it the same as whatever they're doing is what you want to do too. So you want to match that. It's just good manners. It's good guest manners. If for some reason you are sick, then you want to cancel your plans. You don't ever want to take your illness or your kid's illness into someone else's home. If there's a perchance that they're not really very sick, but maybe a little bit, just ask in advance. Say, my kid's been running a fever, they have a runny nose. Do you think we should cancel, or would you like for us to go ahead and come? They may say, go ahead and come, that doesn't bother me, it's fine. Or they might say, it's a good idea to just cancel. So be sure to communicate that if there's illness. You want to be, be kind and be respectful of the environment, so that you don't bring that sickness into another environment, and especially unannounced. So don't let it be a surprise. Okay, never, ever, ever take your pets or your animals in another's home. That is not good manners at all. If in case, wouldn't you be mad? Yeah. If they specifically say, if it's a relative, and they say, we love your dog, bring your dog, we would love to have your dog as an additional guest in our home, then you could do it. But if someone is not really offering, you need to know that you should never bring pets, and you should never assume that your pets are welcome just because you are in someone's home. That's really not a good assumption, and it's very poor guest etiquette to bring your pets into someone else's home, unless they specifically are invited, okay? Never throw away a soiled diaper in a trash can. You want to go ahead and maybe double wrap that diaper, wrap it also in a plastic bag, take it outside, take it to the outside trash, so that soiled diaper isn't left in inside trash cans, okay? You're really respecting the environment, especially when you're in someone else's home. okay? And then as a general rule, you don't want to overstay. So talk about your exit, tell them when you'll be leaving, and stick with the plan. You know, if you say you'll be leaving on Friday, leave on Friday, you know, and if for some reason you need to extend your day, your stay, you just need to ask and say, you know, I was planning on leaving on Friday. As it turns out, I could stay an extra couple of days. What do you think about that? You know, hopefully they'll be honest enough to say, sure, stay, it's no problem. Or they'll say, you know, it's not going to work for us for you to stay. You know, and I don't want you to have your feelings or get offended if somebody says that, but they need to have the option to say no. Or you could even tell them, I was planning on leaving on Friday. Just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and leave, but I haven't left town yet. I'm just going to grab a motel for my last 2 days. Then they might say, oh, don't grab a motel. You can stay with us 2 extra days, you know, whatever it is. But communicate clearly about your exit, what time you're going to leave, when you're going to leave. And then ask them, what would you like me to do with my sheets and my towels? Would you like for me to put them in the laundry room? Would you like for me to wash the sheets and remake the bed? But communicate about what they expect of you, and at the very least, you can always remove your soiled seats, and then we like to remake the bed so that the room stays looking tidy even upon your exit, okay? That is great guest etiquette. As a general rule, you want to just be sure that you don't overstay your welcome, okay? Also, if you have an opportunity to take your host family out to dinner, that's always it's just a great way to thank them, you know, for hosting you. And if you have an opportunity to do that, certainly do that. And always, always, always leave a little thank you note behind. Leave a thank you note on your bed, just thanking them for opening their home to you. So hopefully that's helpful for y'all, just a little bit of guest etiquette and overnight guest etiquette, because we all have times when we are an overnight guest, and you want to be sure that you're the type of overnight guest that people are excited to have you back, okay? And that they miss you when you're gone. So I hope that these tips helped y'all. I'll be back at 9 o'clock tonight, specifically talking about table manners and table etiquette. So I'll be doing that from my home. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.